Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for It's Actually Timeless. So I would trust in the divine timing that you get this message when you're meant to. It's a collective message, which means it's really important for you to use your intuition to just pay attention to the things that you feel are the messages meant for you. Because there may be messages for others that aren't aligned with you right now. It is so important that you understand that tarot is just meant to be like a good friend. It's just energies. So nothing is set in stone. If anything ever makes you feel anxious or worried or not good, then turn it off because that's not the purpose of it. It's really just a chance for you to connect with your heart space, to maybe get some clarity or hear some messages that'll be helpful to you. Okay, let's get started. So I've already pre-shuffled the cards, but I'm going to do it a couple more times. While I shuffle the cards and then I pull all of the cards, I would love for you to take a moment just to meditate for a second, just to connect with yourself, with your higher self, so that you're in like a really great space for hearing the messages. So take a big, deep breath and let your shoulders drop. And just continue to take a few more breaths like that, Pisces, my beautiful friends. Today I'm using a Celtic Cross layout for your reading. It's actually something that I was reading more about in the Psychic Pathway. This is a book I recently read by Sonia Choquette, and it actually has information about tarot in there. So if you're interested in studying about it yourself, there is some information there about it. Okay, so I've pulled all the cards and now I'm going to flip them over. Oh, very interesting. Super interesting. So I'm going to go over the cards. I'll go over them in their individual placements, and then I might pull some look at the big picture of what I'm seeing too when I look at it all together. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Swords. This can often be about travel for some of you, or relocating or moving. It can be like a transition of some kind. Yeah, so some of you may be moving or traveling somewhere that's very much aligned with you. It also can be this feeling of like moving from rougher seas to calmer ones sometimes. Okay, so in your energy, Pisces, the major force at hand with you is the Hermit card. That is your major energy that's coming up right now. So this is really you taking time to go within for clarity. You're really maybe taking a time out or a pause and pulling back from the world or from other people so that you can get some clarity within yourself. It's like you're looking for this personal truth, or you're looking for spiritual illumination. It could be in general or in a specific area. I think that it's beautiful. I think that it's very important for all of us to go through those times of doing that, to figure out our personal truth, really strengthen who we are and illuminate what's true for us and illuminate clarity within us. So you have in the opposition position, you have the Three of Pentacles here. of Pentacles is often about teamwork. Maybe you feel like you're having some struggles with that, or collaboration. It can also be like quality workmanship. I'm seeing some of you working with your hands. That's not going to apply to everybody, but it may be that there's something where that doesn't feel like it's moving smoothly, like cooperation or teamwork or collaboration. There's something about it that isn't working properly, possibly, and that may be part of you really pulling back in hermit mode to really get that spiritual illumination that is necessary. Okay, so the conditions leaving you here is the Three of Cups. So this could be a group, or something that maybe used to feel like a circle of support that's leaving, that maybe isn't in alignment with you anymore. It could be like that's too with that collaboration. You have 2 threes. So, know that you have very loving energy around you, but it could be like that this, maybe with this collaboration being crossing you and then the Three of Cups being leaving you, it may be that you're transitioning to something new, or have been in the process of this old group does not fit you anymore, if that makes sense. So take it as it resonates if that makes sense for you, because I feel like you're like needing to pull back because maybe this particular group or whatever it is isn't aligned with your spiritual truth. Okay, so then in the 4 position, which is the conditions entering in, you have the 2 of Pentacles. So this is about like 2 choices, like you have 2 choices. And this could also be why you're in hermit mode, because you have 2 choices, like you're choosing which path. It could be that you feel like you're weighing different options, like to make a choice of some kind. Or, in some cases it could feel, oh, sorry, I didn't show you this yet. I do mean to show you the cards. I'm not sure if I showed you the 3 of Cups. But it could mean for some of you that you really feel like you're multitasking, though. But it may mean that you need to make a choice and that you're really weighing those choices here. Okay, so the motive or goal here that could be hidden is that you are overwhelmed sometimes with too many choices, and it's like you're not committing. It feels like you can have commitment issues because you're overwhelmed with choices, and so you're not feeling, or it's not feeling like you've fully committed, and that's why you're probably in hermit mode, because you're trying to decide what to fully commit to or whether to fully commit to something. But it's like you're overwhelmed. You're overwhelmed with choices about which direction. But like, this is where being in hermit mode is so important, because it's important to really to gain that spiritual truth, that clarity that can come from that space that's needed. Because I feel like when you're just all over the place and you're not like truly committed to a path, sometimes it can be, it's not in your best interest, right? So that's kind of what I'm feeling. But the World card is here in the tools to work with. The World card is a beautiful major arcana card. So this can really be you completing a lesson. This can also have to do with travel, because it's the World card and you had the 6 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So there could be really a great time to do some kind of travel, seeing the world. But I feel here, this is you, for some of you, this is really you completing a lesson, or a goal of some kind, but it's feeling more like you're learning something and you're completing this, and the World card is here. But I feel like in completing this lesson, like the world opens up to you. Okay. So interestingly enough, I have this Celtic Cross along the side what looks like a stairway to heaven, which I really like. The first and the second card in this. So, but this is actually card 7 and 8, are the Queen and the King of Swords. So for some of you, you are dealing with a divine connection, a divine partnership. This is a divine match right here of masculine and feminine energy, King and Queen of Swords. But so the 7 card is your attitude. The Queen of Swords can be it's this energy of like very independent, but can be harsh with words. The attitude can be very harsh. So this is in the attitude position. So what I think that like you're trying to gain is clarity, clearing the mind, because swords have to do with thoughts and mind, but also, being aware of any like cold or harsh energy, okay, that you might be carrying. You have the King of Swords in the influences or the environment here. So also with the Queen of Swords here, this is this going to total honesty. This is also an energy of going to total honesty and being a very self-sufficient person as well. Being very self-sufficient and going towards honesty here. The King of Swords here as well, this divine match. The King of Swords is a very intellectual leader, like very strategic in thought. This is in your influences from the environment. So for some of you, you may have this energy around you. Like there's this, it feels very much like a intelligent leader energy here. That's what's in the spot for your influences from the environment. So you may have an energy that feels very wise around you. It could be coming from you as well, right? So like I said, this is where your intuition is very important. Could be that in this divine partnership here, if that is your situation, there is this very wise energy here because it's definitely in the influences from the environment spot. So then in your hopes and fears, you have the Two of Swords. This is very much, it's time to make a decision. For some of you, it could be a compromise, but it's time to make a decision. I feel like this makes a lot of sense with the Seven of Cups, with the too many choices, and not being like fully committed and needing to make that decision of what to fully commit to. And that's why the Hermit mode is important for you, to get some clarity. You have the Queen of Pentacles here as the final result. This is earth energy. It can be Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It doesn't have to be, or you may be somebody with earth energy in their chart, but the final result, the Queen of Pentacles, this is a really beautiful card because the Queen of Pentacles is like the queen of the home. It's very resourceful. It could be a person that's very resourceful. It's like she is all about, or this energy is all about beautifying the home and making us, earth energy is very, likes to be very stable. It's also a very fertile energy. Like I feel like it's very fertile energy, so like beautiful things can grow from it. And so that is a gorgeous thing to have in the final result. For me, it feels like you're going through this time of going within. It may be that old groups are not a fit for you anymore. The World and the Six of Swords could very much be about time of travel. Like it's time to travel. Like it's a good time to travel or a good time to move. And when you make this decision with the Two of Swords, then you have the Queen of Pentacles energy as a possible final outcome, which is very stable, which, you know, and can be, and it feels abundant too. Like, you know, this beautiful home energy, but it's also abundant. And like I said, fertile, like where beautiful things can grow from it. Okay, Pisces, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you got some messages that were helpful for you. If you'd like to see more of my work, you can find the links below. I hope you have a beautiful day, sending you so many blessings to the world. Bye, Pisces.